Guru team, welcome back to DayZ. Welcome back to official on Sakhal. Right. So where are we? Well, after my live series, we ended up dead. There's a big surprise. So we've respawned in. We've respawned on the north coast. We respawned in just outside a place called Rybnoe, actually, which is in that direction. In a snowstorm, of all things, would you believe? Anyway, we dashed inside, we got warm, we survived that. We moved on down the coast, and we did a bit of fishing in Rybnoe, and we picked up a little bit of gear in Rybnoe, and we picked up a water bottle, which is good, which is why our hydration is so up, and we've already had 2 fish, and we're moving on to 2 more fish. And we've just come down the coast to the east to Rudnogorsk, and we've filled ourselves up with water again at Rybnoe. I know water is probably not key, well, certainly not as much as food, but it is very useful to make sure you are hydrated. It does play into your blood regen, and Zeds do seem to cut you quite a bit, especially when you have lower tier clothing on, which I currently do, and we'll have a look at what I've got at the minute, but essentially it's very, very little. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to eat this fish is what we're going to do, and then we're going to go and have a look at Rudnogorsk. Now, during the live streams that I did I think 10 of them, and it kind of amounted to about 20 hours worth of live streams. What I was sort of trying to do with those live streams was, in essence, kind of show you all around the coast as much as I could, and I did a fairly okay job at that, but I kept getting stuck every time I wanted to get outside the spawn areas, because every time, well, there's just an awful lot of people. There's less people on the servers now. It's backed off a little bit. I think there's about 30 or so people on the server now, but I mean, during the release weekend it was like consistently 50 plus, and I think the worst I had to wait was the 9th in a queue or something. So it was really busy. It's a bit less busy now, and my assumption is as well that people have filtered out of the spawn areas and gone elsewhere. That said, on my way over here I heard shots in Rybnoe, and I managed to skirt around the outskirts of Rybnoe, and I was doing some cooking, and I think they moved on. We've just also had a server restart, so I don't know if that's going to affect anything. So anyway, why am I telling you all this? Well, the point of all of this is that I think I'm going to take a sort of a risky punt here, and because I don't need to show you what the coast looks like, and I'm already doing a series of videos on all the coastal towns on the White Cloud server, which by all means go and have a look at. We can take a different tactic, and depending on the weather, if the weather stays good, my tactic is to go inland. And the reason I say that is because at Rudnogorsk there's some large electricity transmission cables that head inland, and they are quite easy to follow. Now, I have a couple of fears about that. Fear 1 is wolves, because we're probably not going to have a gun, and wolves are pretty tough at the best of times, even with a gun. So I think we're going to find ourselves in trouble without a gun. You know, maybe we find a gun on the way, maybe we don't. So that's fear number 1. Fear number 2 is storms. So we really don't have great gear. And I really mean that. So you can see here we've got a sweater, bad pants, picked up a bag off of Zed, shoes, we've got a face wrap, we got a beanie. So we're not exactly super kitted, to be fair. So if we get caught outside in a storm, we're probably toast, because you can't light a fire outside in a storm. If we find a shed or a house or something like that, great. And as you know, before anyone says, as I'm sure you know, when I'm playing, I don't play with I Survive. So I'm playing totally on what I remember of the map, where I have been before, and if I find a paper map, awesome. We'll use the paper in-game map, but for, I guess, immersion purposes or whatever, however you want to look at it, it's always been my credo that I only use the tools that are available to me in-game while I'm playing the game. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So I don't rely on, I don't have a computer next to me, I don't have anything to rely on, I don't have a phone, I'm not looking anything up in that sense. I'm just playing the game as I find it, and that's that. So, and my last fear is obviously running into people, because people are much better at finding me and killing me than I am at finding and killing them, and that's just life. So, what have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Well, we picked up a pitchfork, which seems okay-ish against Zeds. We got our fishing rod, which is fine. We're not going to need it when we go inland, because there's nowhere to fish when we go inland. So when we're done, we can probably ditch it. In fact, we can probably ditch it now. So that's that. We picked up some bones off a dead survivor. So there was, as I've said to you before, dead survivors can be a bit of a lifesaver. So we cut up their guts for rope to make a fishing rod, and you take their bones, and you can most definitely make bone knives out of them, which is just awesome. So we've got that going for us, which is something. We've got matches and a lighter. We've got a water bottle, which is great. We managed to throw that out inside a house, and we've got that. We've got a bone knife. We've got a sporter mag in case we do run across a sporter, which we can actually use to kill wolves, amongst other things. And we got a couple of bandages and rags, and we've got a spare knife. So that's us, and the fire's out. So that's us. Now, I want to go down and check police first, which is dicey, perhaps, and you know, likely that police will be empty anyway, because but police is over here. It's just on the edge of town, which is fine because I want to dash into police. Then I want to kind of sneaky around the back if I can, to fire, which is fires. So police is down here. Fire is way over there on the other side. You can't quite see it. And just outside fire, there's also some military containers. I'm probably not so bothered about the medical tents, really, because I don't think there's going to be anything in them for a start. And when I've been through Rudnogorsk before on official, I've not really ever found anything good, and I don't like the fact I've got to cross quite a bit of open ground here. I don't really have a choice. You know, like a lot of things in this map, don't really have a choice. So, police is just there beyond that wall. So it has been quiet, but that's no guarantee of anything. It's super quiet. And other than that, I don't want to hang around too much. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably leave this in time lapse, and what I'll do is I'll go and have a mooch around and see if I can do these things that I want to do without getting spotted by somebody and without getting killed. Right. Well, there we go. And the heat buff doesn't last long, so we're gonna have to make a fire, which is fine. We'll head up this way a bit, and we will make a fire because we're going to be heading this way anyway. My only concern being, of course, it's now getting quite windy, so um, unless this wind dies down, I won't be able to light a fire. So what I'll need to do is I need to head over here. There's houses over here. There was a couple of select shots while we were running through there, and I suspect that was. It sounded like a suppressed pistol. It sounded like somebody with a suppressed pistol taking out some Zeds. I don't even think you can light a fire in here. I don't think it counts as being sheltered in amongst these. You can see and you can hear that it's quite windy. What we did get, I'm quite impressed about, is we've got a field jacket. It's not in great condition. It is not in great condition, but even badly damaged, it's medium insulation. So I'm kind of, I'm hoping maybe somewhere in these houses, on the way out of here, we'll pick up some duct tape, maybe, or a sewing kit, something, anyway, that we can repair it with, and then we'll actually have a decent jacket, and that'll help. The pants don't help, and the trousers currently don't help, but there's not a lot I can do about that. We've got a choice of several houses. We've got this one down here, which is sort of on its lonely lonesome, which I think I'm just going to go and check out, just for stuff. But I don't think I'll be lighting a fire in there. I think I might go further up. Jungle boots, also not in great condition. We can always sacrifice a sickle to make a fire. So, yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is someone's been out here already. How many rags have I got? I've already got 2. We'll head up to the these little houses up here. And hope that it's far enough away. We'll take the end one and hope that it's far enough away that people don't see the smoke from down there, and hope like heck that there's nobody already up here, because we don't want to catch the cold. We've got a long way to go, and it would be a poor start if we got cold early on. I think the jeans might be better than what I'm currently wearing. I don't have enough inventory space, so I have to break them up outside and then combine them. We're going to need one more. We can get inside now. So you actually do put anything you want to thaw on a fire in the cooking slot of the fire. Weird as that might seem, but that is the truth. You do that. So let's have some of these salty sticks while we wait on this. Doesn't mean you can drink it though, eh? You can't boil water in a plastic bottle. So I'm going to empty it out. And then what I'll do is I'll nip across the valley and over the other side and go to the spring, which is, I get it, it's a long journey and it's kind of risky, but there's not a lot I can do about that. It's more important to have the water, to be fair. Also, I should probably say that I have heard sheep. So there are sheep, which is dandy-o that there are sheep, or goats. I can probably kill them with the pitchfork. It'll take a bit of running around to do, but I think I can probably kill them with the pitchfork. I don't need to keep that. Try not to keep too much junk if it's not in good condition. Yeah, so we've got to do a little bit of a trek over the valley, but I think it's a good idea if we can get sheep and if we can stock ourselves up with water for the journey, because if we can get sheep, we've got the food sorted. And that's it. We picked up a stab vest, which is pretty handy. That will protect our jacket a little bit from damage from Zeds, and if anyone else attacks us, of course. That will also help. We've obviously rocking 2 heat packs now. We picked up the Sporter mag and some 22s. We picked up the Mark II. Now, we don't have magazines for either of them, but that's okay, because maybe we'll pick up the gun, maybe we won't. Now it is snowing outside, but I do have the double heat buff. That's probably as good as it's going to get, and I feel like I don't want to hang around here, so I'm going to get moving, which means we're going to be going across the valley and over the other side, and it's a bit of a toss-up really in terms of when you're doing this kind of thing. Do you want to run and risk chewing through your food, or you know, which will get you through the cold a lot faster, or do you want to conserve your energy and your food a little bit more? That I don't know. Which is better and worse? I have no idea at the minute. I'm telling you, I haven't heard or seen anything about that out of game. So, done a little bit, and our food's kind of going down. So, the main thing for us is to find this goat, which is right there. If you stay down, they tend to not run too far. If you run after them, they'll leg it quite quickly. So you gotta be patient. I know it's tedious. You're trying not to die, you're trying not to get killed, but you gotta keep your eye on the goal, and the goal is goat, chevron steak, or whatever they call it. And I don't know about that fire, but there might be enough if we get back here in time. Oh. I'm tempted to just use the two. Got it. Got it. Right. Let's get that done. Thing is, we're not going to have a lot of room for food. I'm going to have to ditch some stuff. What can we carry? Oh, we can carry more than I thought. See if that fire's still going. Oh, that bone knife's wrecked. Let's quickly grab some stuff on the way past. Yeah, still smoking the chimney. Six. That ought to be enough. Right, so the storm is actually truly dreadful, which is a bit of a help for me, because I know where I'm going. And we've got warm food on our person, and we have enough food, so I'm prepared to take this little risk to get over the water, try and fill up these 2 water bottles, and start heading out of Rudnogorsk. So start putting some space between us and the coast, and see if it's not a way to get a little bit of a better survivability than sticking down to the coast. Glad that we found the goat, that's for sure, and And yeah, we got that sorted, so that's some more good stuff. And we should get a little bit of shelter in the trees from the storm, apparently. So the devs say. But not a vast amount of shelter, to be fair. So while some of this stuff is still hot, to maintain our heat, I'm going to try and eat some along the way, so that we can get over this hill. I say I know where I'm going. I have an idea, but I'm not. I mean, you can see what the visibility is like. So. Well, that's us. Bit of water, bit of food. We've got some clothes, which are not the worst clothes. We don't really have anything else, but you just have to rely on luck, guts, cunning. I don't know what the word is. Chutzpah, I suppose. I don't know. On this map, because you're not going to get comfortable with anything, that's for sure. So you're going to have to do things and make decisions that are probably going to be uncomfortable. So I'm gonna head out of here. We're gonna leave Rudnogorsk behind, which is good. We haven't gotten too close to anybody. We haven't bumped into anybody. There's no big issues or no big dramas. The road we want is just on the other side. I do believe there's a little road that cuts through that way, and it's just up here at the top. So that's where I'm headed, and hopefully when we get up there and we have a sort of a look at what's going on, and we can start heading out, or heading into the interior. That'll be the start of another journey. So I think I'm going to call it for this one. It's not been a bad start. Touch wood, it's been okay. We're alive. We have stuff. We have fed ourselves. We have watered ourselves. We still have a little bit of a boost going on. Oh, there's a couple of little houses up here. Might just avoid those. I don't want to run into anybody. So yeah, so we've fed, we've watered, we've set ourselves up, I think, probably as good as we currently can for the run that I'm proposing. So I guess from that perspective, hello, Mr. Fox. I'd shoot you, but I don't think I've got any more room for any more meat right now. You're kind of noisy though. Let's make sure there's nobody in any of those buildings. Doesn't seem that there is. So yeah, I hope this helps. I hope you find it informative, and I hope you're ready for the next one. This is going to be start of the first season, and we'll hopefully see how we get on in the first season, and hopefully we get on okay, right? Right? Loving it. Looks nice, eh? Thank you. Do drop a like. Do subscribe to the channel. Do click the bell notification so you know when the next one is coming out. Do feel free to drop any comments, tips, tricks, hints, questions. You've probably got lots of questions. And I will see you all again real soon. Ta-ta for now. PlayStation